The power of your heart. In some sense, man is a microcosm of the universe. Therefore, what man is a clue to the universe. David Bohm, 1917 to 1992, quantum physicist. The inside of your body is an exact map of our solar system and the universe. Your heart is the sun and the center of your body system. Your organs are the planets. And just as planets depend on the sun to remain in balance and harmony, so do all the organs in your body depend on your heart to remain in balance and harmony. Scientists at the Institute of Heart Math in California have shown that feeling love, gratitude, and appreciation in your heart boosts your immune system, increases vital chemical production, increases physical vitality and vigor, reduces stress hormone levels, high blood pressure, anxiety, guilt, and burnout, and improves glucose regulation in diabetics. Feelings of love also create a higher degree of harmony in the rhythm of heart. Heart math has shown that the magnetic field of the heart is 5,000 times more powerful than the magnetic field of the brain and reaches out several feet from our body. Other scientists and revolutionizing our understanding of the effect of love on our health through experiments with water. What does water have to do with health? Your body is made up of 70% water. The insides of your head is 80% water. Researchers in Japan, Russia, Europe, and the United States have discovered that when water is exposed to positive words and feelings such as love and gratitude, the energy level of the water not only increases, but the structure of the water changes, making it perfectly harmonious. The higher the positive feelings, the more beautiful and harmonious the water becomes. When water is exposed to negative emotions such as hate, the energy level of the water decreases and chaotic changes occur, negatively affecting the structure of the water. If human emotions can change the structure of water, can you imagine what your feelings are doing to the health of your body? Your cells are made of mostly water. The center of every cell is water, and each cell is completely surrounded by a layer of water. Can you imagine the impact of love and gratitude on your body? Can you imagine the power of love and gratitude to restore health? When you feel love, your love affects the water of the 100 trillion cells in your body. Now, we also, came about the theory of a Japanese scientist called Dr. Maroto. When, I had posted this video earlier, when he captured the images of water under the microscope, and before the image, what words he was speaking. So he captured the image of, when you say love you to water, thank you to water, hate you to water. And, he also shared various uh, music being played in the room and what is the impact on water. Now, how does this work? basically everything here is energy. Your words has a specific energy. Your feelings, your emotions, they all have a very specific energy. And that energy has its own frequency and vibration. So now when you are speaking it, you're casting that spell, or when you're thinking about it or feeling it, that energy is being transformed. So that gets a image of whatever is that it has been exposed to. So when he showed that, when you are saying certain things to water, the kind of effect it has on water is very, very profound. Now, since we all know that we are 70% water, so whatever we say to ourselves, or whatever we feel about ourselves, or everything around us, our life, our relationships, our career, they are all affecting us in some way or the other. See, if a drop of water can have an impact, now imagine if your average weight is 90 kgs or 80 kgs, 70% of that is water. So वो हर एक सेल में उस चीज का कितना ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट होगा, it's way beyond our comprehension. So that is why, it's said that whenever you are talking to yourself, thinking, feeling, or saying, you need to be on that on that frequency, on that vibrational pattern of that particular emotion or positive or above the line feelings, so that that is the message, or that is the command that as a commander of your body goes to each and every cell. Now we are talking 100 trillion cells in the body. So imagine if you have an army of 100 trillion cells, and one commander is commanding all those 100 trillion cells, coming from the frequency and the vibration of above the line feelings, love feelings, gratitude feelings. What is the impact going to be? Yeah, just imagine 70% of a group gets in power, and whatever they are saying is going to affect you. So then the leader has to decide, you are the commander of your life, or this body has to be in command. Now, if that command goes into a wrong rule, goes into a wrong, as a result of a wrong programming, what are you doing? You are programming those 100 trillion cells to work on a condition where it's not going to be conducive to you. It's not going to get you to what you desire, or the way you have planned things to be. So in order to have the majority control, or the tipping point above 51%, you as a commander of this body has to give that command, coming from a premise of good feelings, above the line feelings, premise of love, happiness, gratitude. That's how that is going to lead to that direction. How to use the power of love for perfect health. Where there is the greatest love, there are always miracles. Villa Cather, 1873 to 1947, Pulitzer Prize winning novelist. To receive the health you want and love, you must give love. In the face of any sickness, give good feelings about health, because only love brings perfect health. You cannot give bad feelings about sickness and receive health. If you hate or fear a disease, you will be giving out bad feelings. And disease can never go away through bad feelings. When you give thoughts and feelings of what you want, your cells receive the full force of health. When you give negative thoughts and feelings of what you don't want, the force of health to your cells reduce. It doesn't matter if you feel bad about a subject that has nothing to do with your health. When you feel bad, you reduce the force of health to your body. But when you feel love for anything, for a sunny day, a new house, friend, or promotion, your body receives the full force of health. Gratitude is the great multiplier. So say thank you for your health every single day. All the money in the world cannot buy health because it's a gift from life. And so more than anything else, be grateful for your health. It's the best health insurance you can ever take because gratitude is the assurance of health. Be grateful for your body instead of finding fault with it. Every time you have a thought of something you don't like about your body, remember that the water inside your body is receiving your feelings. Instead, say thank you with all your heart for what you do like about your body and ignore the things you don't like. Love draws forth love. Saint Teresa of Avila, 1515 to 1582, nun, mystic, and writer. Before you eat food or drink water, look at what you're about to eat or drink and feel love and gratitude. Make sure your conversations are positive when you are sitting down to a meal. Blessing food gives love and gratitude for food. As you bless food, you change the structure of water in the food and it affects on your body. Blessing water with love and gratitude does the same thing. Your positive feelings of love can change the structure of water in everything. So use the power. You can give love and gratitude and use this power while receiving any medical treatment. If you can imagine being well, you can feel being well. And if you can feel it, you can receive it. To see your health improve, all you have to do is give love more than 50% of the time. Just 51% is a tipping point from sickness to health. It's very important to note here that all the nutrition that the body wants is mainly coming from what we eat. And the person who is making that food, be it yourself, be it your family member, be it your help, or be it you're ordering food from outside. Now, whatever is going on in the mind, to put it in a better manner, whatever is the vibrational frequency of the person making that food, that is getting into that food. A majority of the times, you are not the one who's cooking. And even if you are cooking, if you are not in the above line feeling and you are cooking, so whatever is there in your vibrational frequency and your magnetic force goes into the food. A lot of times people say, मैं तो घर का खाना खाया था, मेरा पेट खराब हो गया. Why? Unless and until there is a particular bacteria that affects. Now, bacteria will only affect because body has all the bacteria, okay? It's just that when one particular bacteria goes in a, tipping point of more than a specific percentage, it affects you. Like if you talk about cancer cells, our body has 8 to 10% of cancer cells. They're there in the body. But once the tipping point goes above 26% for cancer cells, that is where the physical body starts to get harmed. So it's already there. The bacteria and everything is already there in the body. It's a perfect creation. But किस फील्ड से, किस वाइब्रेशनल फ्रीक्वेंसी से वो खाना आ रहा है हमारे पास, और हम किस फ्रीक्वेंसी और किस थॉट प्रोसेस में वो खाना खा रहे हैं, that really matters. Remember in school, before our meal, I don't know, convent school always had, I think all schools have, you have to prayer and bless your food. Thank you, God, for the food we eat. We all used to do that. Do we do it now? It's the same food we are eating. Do we bless our food before we eat it? No. If yes, excellent. Do we sit on the dining table and thank God that yes, there is a meal on the table?
Yes.
Unless so many tribes and villages in Africa who are starving for food. So whatever is coming to your plate, bless it, purify it before it goes into your body.
Yes.
An act of just saying, thank you, God, for this food on my plate, and just being in that frequential vibration of gratitude can purify your food.
Yes.
See, at the end of the day, what matters to you is your intent. So even if that food has come from any other unknown, ignorant thing you're not aware of, but if you are consciously aware and your intent is right, you can purify it.
Yes. 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 Very true. Very true.
So before anything you eat, especially water, whenever you have water, just 3 bar thank you karo. Just take this glass of water and just say thank you and thoda sa ek hawa usko kar do.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning, try this. Whenever you get up, whenever you're having your first glass of water,
Yes.
just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And with that thank you, just blow air into that water and close your eyes and take the first 2 sips. You will notice the difference.
Yes. Yes. Very true, Arjun. Very true. It works. It's a miracle. I know. It's a miracle. I have done it.
Great.
It
So
works a lot. It works a lot.
It's very important for us to have our intent clear and purify what we are having, because whatever is going inside is going to be running the whole body.
Yes.
हम जो देख रहे हैं या सुन रहे हैं या सूंघ रहे हैं, that is not going to be providing so much of nutrition, but yes, what we eat is going to be providing the nutrition.
Yes.
So it's very, very important to purify whatever is going inside, because that is running it. That is how then when it goes to each and every organ, each and every cell, it is going to leave that memory trace of being thankful, of being above the line, on coming from a zone of love.
Yes. Very true.
When having your eyesight checked or blood pressure checked, or if you are having a general checkup, receiving results from tests or anything concerning your health, it is very important that you are feeling good during it. And while receiving the results, in order to receive a good outcome, by the law of attraction, the outcome of the checkup or test must match the frequency you are on. So to bring the good outcome you want, you must be on the frequency to receive it. Life does not happen the other way around. The outcome of every situation in your life will always match your frequency, because that is the law of attraction. To get yourself onto a good feeling frequency about a test, imagine the outcome you want and feel that you have already received that outcome. Every possible outcome can happen, but you must be on a good feeling frequency to receive good outcomes. Possibilities and miracles mean the same thing. Prentice Mulford, 1834 to 1891, New Thought author. Imagine and feel having the health you want in your body. If you want to restore your eyesight, give love for perfect vision and imagine having it. Give love for the perfect hearing and imagine having it. Give love for the perfect weight, perfect body, perfect health of an organ and imagine having it. And be utterly grateful for everything you do have. Your body will change into whatever you want, but it can only do it through the feelings of love and gratitude. When a young, fit woman was told she had a rare heart disease, her life crumbled around her. She suddenly felt weak and fragile. Her future, a normal, healthy life, had disappeared with the prognosis. She was terrified of leaving her two young daughters motherless. But this woman decided she was going to do everything she could to heal her heart. She refused to entertain any negative thought about her heart. She placed her right hand on her heart every day and imagined her strong, healthy heart. Every morning when she woke, she gave the deepest thanks for her strong, healthy heart. She imagined the cardiologist telling her that she was cured. She did these things every day for 4 months. And when her cardiologist checked her heart for 4 months later, they were dumbfounded. They checked and rechecked the old test against the new test because the new test showed that the woman's heart was perfectly strong and healthy. This woman lived according to love's law of attraction. She did not own the prognosis of a diseased heart in her mind, but she gave love for a healthy heart and she owned a healthy heart instead. If you are facing any kind of illness, do your best not to own it with your thoughts and words. Don't hate an illness either, because that is giving negativity to it. Instead, give love to health, own health, and make it yours. Keep your mind as much as you can from dwelling on your ailment. Think of strength and power, and you will draw it to you. Think of health, and you get it. Prentice Mulford, 1834 to 1891, New Thought author. It's said that the body is talking. It's just that we are unable to listen to the body. Now it's not just a one-way communication. You can also speak with your body, and especially with a few of the body parts which are very, very receptive towards what you think and what you feel. Now two are very, very common. One is your stomach, which is the most sensitive part, and second is your heart. you know Remember in Three Idiots, he was saying, all is well, all is well, all is well, all is well. It actually works. You can speak with your heart and tell it's all okay. Just give it some love. With stomach, you can speak with your stomach. If you have an irritated stomach, irritable bowel movement, constipation, any kind of a stomach issue, just put both your hands below your navel and talk to your stomach. It's okay. I know you're going to release tomorrow morning perfectly well. I love you. Don't worry. Everything is good. We are in good space. You can actually speak with your stomach and with your heart, and they actually listen. The best part is that these two organs, surprisingly, are the fastest to decipher. Anybody who has any kind of a stomach issue can try it today. Or whenever you have a strong palpitation of your heart, you know, there are times when you get into a situation where there is a very strong palpitation. Now, I'm not talking about a palpitation where you've done some physical exercise. That the body to get to the homeostasis will take time. But suddenly you are feeling this, anxiety and your heart is pumping faster and you can feel that beat. Just take both your hands and just talk to the heart. and tell the heart, it's okay, all is well. He'll actually listen to you. Heart, stomach, they are fantastic organs and they really listen to what you think and what you feel. And the same is vice versa. So if you tell your heart, मर जाएंगे, पता नहीं क्या होगा, it's the reverse. So they are listening to you. Each and every cell is listening to you. It's very, very careful, has his ears all the time. Has got his guards all the time on how you think and how you feel. And when you are specifically talking to them, they are going to obey your each and every command, be it positive, be it negative. Every moment you feel love for your health, the force of love is eliminating any negativity in your body. If you find it difficult to feel good about your health, all that matters is that you feel love for anything. So surround yourself with everything you love and use those things to feel as good as you can. Use everything you can in the outside world so that you feel love. Watch movies that make you laugh and feel good, not movies that make you feel tense or sad. Listen to the music that makes you feel good. Get people to tell you jokes that make you laugh, or have them tell you funny stories about their most embarrassing moments. You know the things you love, you know your favorite things, you know what makes you happy. So draw on them all and feel as good as you can. Use this creation process. Use the keys of power. Remember, it only takes giving love and good feelings a minimum of 51% of the time to reach the tipping point of and change everything. If you want to help somebody who is ill, you can use the creation process and imagine and feel full health being restored to them. Although you cannot override what another person is giving to the law of attraction, your power can help them rise to a frequency where they can receive health. Now, the last paragraph, all alternate modalities of healing are working from this premise. They are just ways and means to increase the frequency and the vibration of the other person and lifting them from below the line feelings to above the line feelings. Now, what happens is, why doesn't it work all the time? Because if there is a resistance from the person who is receiving the healing, see, 90% is about your receiving. If you are willing to receive, you will get it. See, because the thought you have in your mind that you want to be happy, you want to be healthy, that thought in itself is a statement that it is possible. It exists. But to get onto that, you need to be open to receiving. हम कह रहे हैं कि हमें सारी वेल्थ चाहिए, सारी हेल्थ चाहिए, बट अगर हमने अपने घर के दरवाजे ही बंद किए हुए हैं, हाउ इज इट गोइंग टू कम इन? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द यूनिवर्स डिसाइड्स, okay, I am going to give so much wealth and so much health and happiness to this particular person, and the universe arrives at the gate. Okay, what can the universe do if your gate is closed? Nothing. So in life, whatever is that you desire, 90% depends on your receiving of it. अगर हम वो दरवाजा ही नहीं खोलेंगे गुड हेल्थ का, तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते. So all these alternative modalities of healing, if you are open to receive it, it will work, and it will work wonders. But if you have your guards up and your doors closed for the healing, it will कितना यार, डोर के अंदर की होल से कितना चले जाएगा, हल्का सा इफेक्ट आ जाएगा, साइड से ऊपर से जितनी भी थोड़ी थोड़ी स्पेसिंग्स हैं उसी में से ट्रैवल करेगा ना. बट द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दिस मच एंड द फुल डोर, it's a huge difference. So in order to receive, in order to whatever is it that you desire, be open to receive it. You know, as when we were discussing the problem, when we were discussing the, not the problem, the chapter of power and money, I was mentioning about this book. Money is not the problem, you are the problem. Because money does not have any opinion. Good health in itself does not have any opinion. मैंने इसके पास जाना, मैंने इसके पास नहीं जाना. The health does not decide. The liver does not decide कि मेरे को इसका liver खराब करना है, मेरे को इसका liver खराब करना है. No, never. Your thoughts decide. Your thoughts, your habits, your feelings, your words. Everything is you. Good health does not decide कि I don't want to go to this person. I only want to go to this person. No. But if you are open to receive good health, and if you are open to receive good wealth, if you are open for receiving for anything you desire, it's going to flow in. Who can stop it? Nobody can. But हमारी receiving में हम उसको अपने pragmatic mind कह लो, अपने defense patterns कह लो, अपनी practical approach कह लो. There's so many things. They are nothing but guards on your receiving. So for whatever is that you desire, please and please be open to receive it. Then only it will flow. It's out there wanting to come in. दरवाजा खुला है, वो आ जाएगी. दरवाजा नहीं खुला तो नहीं आएगी. It's the same. When you have a sandstorm outside, it's going to just flow. सारी मिट्टी घूम रही होगी. आपका दरवाजा खुला है तो वो अंदर आएगी. आपका दरवाजा बंद है तो वो नहीं आएगी. So it is for all that is there in the universe. If your door is open for it, it is going to come. So be it the fragrance of the rose or the flowers, or be it the sandstorm. You need to see हमने अपना दरवाजा, अपनी रिसीविंग किसको देनी है, कहां पे खोलनी है, कहां पे बंद करनी है. Beauty comes from love. As love grows in you, beauty grows too. For love is the beauty of the soul. Saint Augustine of Hippo, 354 to 430, theologian and bishop. All beauty comes from the force of love. Unlimited beauty is available to you through love. But the problem is that most people find fault and criticize their body more than they appreciate it. Looking at your faults and being unhappy about anything about your body does not bring beauty to you. All it brings is more faults and more unhappiness. The beauty is enormous, yet unlimited beauty is being poured down to you in every second. But you have to give love to receive it. The happier you are, the more beautiful you will be. Lines will fade, skin will tighten and begin to glow. Hair will become thicker and stronger. Eyes will begin to sparkle and their color will intensify. And more than anything else, you will see the proof that beauty comes from love when people are drawn to you wherever you go. You really are as old as you feel. Ancient texts say that people once lived for hundreds and hundreds of years. Some lived for 800 years. Some lived for 5 or 600 years, but longevity was commonplace. So what's happened? People changed what they believed. Instead of believing in living for hundreds and hundreds of years, people changed their beliefs over generations, and they came to believe in a reduced life expectancy. We have inherited those beliefs of a reduced life expectancy. From the time we are born, the belief of how long we can live has been sewn into the fabric of our minds and our hearts. And from there, we literally program our bodies from an early age to live for a certain amount of time. And our bodies age according to how we program them. There is nothing in biology yet found that indicates the inevitability of death. This suggests to me that it is not at all inevitable and that it is only a matter of time before biologists discover what it is that is causing us the trouble. Richard Henman, 1918 to 1988, Nobel Prize winning quantum physicist. If you possibly can, don't put a ceiling on how long you can live. All it will take is one person to break the limits of life expectancy, and that person will change the course of life expectancy for all humanity. One person after another will follow, because when one person lives far beyond the current life expectancy, other people will believe and feel they can do it, and they will. When you believe and feel that aging and deterioration are inevitable, they will happen. Your cells, your organs, and your body receive your beliefs and feelings. Feel young and stop feeling your age. Feeling your age is just a belief you've been given and a program you've given to your body. You can change the command you are giving whenever you want by changing what you believe. How do you change your beliefs? By giving love. Negative beliefs, such as beliefs of limitation, aging, or disease, do not come from love. When you give love, when you feel good, love melts away any negativity, including negative beliefs that harm you. The love that gushes for all is the real auxiliary of life, the fountain of bodily longevity. Is the lack of this that always produces the feeling of age. Josiah Gilbert Holland, 1819 to 1881, author. I think we'll stop here today and we'll continue from this and probably finish the chapter tomorrow.